Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all the witnesses for being here. Ms. Pappas, let me start with you. I have to say it's great to see you here today. I have repeatedly invited your company to testify before Congress. I invited them to testify to the Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Terrorism in November of 2019. I invited them to testify again in September of the following year. Both times we were stiffed. TikTok told me that they would set up a meeting with the CEO. They didn't want to testify in public, but they set up a meeting with the...
They didn't want to testify in public, right? They want to testify in private. All these companies that are foreign owned and are in the United States of America, I mean, this is what they do. They just obfuscate, use their lawyers, delay tactics over and over and over again. It's really, really frustrating to try to get to the bottom of these companies and find out what information are they utilizing? What information are they stealing? What information is being compromised in terms of Americans' personal identification information? It should not be shared. And we're talking about TikTok, which is a Chinese company infiltrating into the United States of America.
CEO after November 2019. They then canceled that meeting. So it's nice to see TikTok being willing to answer questions in public. It's a pleasant change. Let's dig into a few things if we could, specifically about TikTok's links to the Chinese Communist Party. In response to a letter from some of my colleagues, TikTok claimed earlier this year that the company has never shared data, never, with the Chinese government. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And
we know that's a bunch of BS. Okay, we know that is such BS, such crapola.
Has never shared data with the Chinese Communist Party. Is that correct?
We will never share data, period.
My question was in the past tense. Has TikTok ever shared data with the Chinese Communist Party?
We have never shared data with the Chinese government, correct.
With the Chinese Communist Party?
Yes, correct.
Do you have any, have you ever shared it with two members of the Chinese Communist Party?
We have said many times, Senator, that we do have Chinese engineers based in China. I don't think there's any platform.
Yeah, you got Chinese engineers based in China. You don't think that they're looking at this information? You know what? She may be the COO of TikTok, but she is one stupid idiot if she thinks that the Chinese scientists, the Chinese engineers in China aren't using backdoor ways to get information that they should not have access to. Come on.
Up here that would be able to speak to what you're talking about as it relates to the political affiliation of an individual. But I'm happy to assure you that we are ensuring the access controls around our data as well as the storage of that data in the United States.
So I think you're telling me that there are TikTok employees or ByteDance employees who are members of the Chinese Communist Party? Is that what
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be able to verify that.
Oh, well, let me just ask you that affirmatively. Are there TikTok employees or ByteDance employees who are members of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm saying nobody that's sitting on this panel could tell you a political
I'm not interested about anybody's opinion. I'm asking you a factual question. Are there members of the Chinese Communist Party employed by TikTok and ByteDance? Yes or no?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the political affiliation of any individual. What I can tell you is how much we're investing.
No, membership in the Communist Chinese Party is not exactly like membership in the Democrat Party. So I'm looking for an answer. You tell me you don't know? TikTok doesn't know.
Here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that our U.S. and Singapore leadership, there are no CCP members. I can tell you.
So you do know that, but you're telling me that you don't know if there are any members who are employed by TikTok or ByteDance, members of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I am happy to share that we are putting access control.
That's not my question. My question is, that's not my question. My question is, are there any TikTok employees or ByteDance members of the Chinese Communist Party? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm saying nobody could sit up here and give you that.
So you don't know? You're saying you don't know. You do know your leadership isn't, but you don't know about your employees. Is that your testimony?
I know that everyone who makes a strategic decision at this platform is not a member of the CCP.
A strategic decision. Okay. It's interesting. It's interesting to me that you're quite confident that anyone who can make a strategic decision. How many people is that?
It's our leadership team. So,
number.
And again, the leadership team is based in the U.S. and Singapore. Our CEO is based in Singapore. He's not Chinese. Happy to go into the efforts that.
Would it surprise you to learn that Forbes magazine recently reported that at least 300 current TikTok or ByteDance employees were members of Chinese state media and affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party.
Again, we don't look at the political affiliations or can't speak to individuals, but what I can tell you is we're protecting the data in the United States.
Well, apparently, though, you do look at political affiliation because you're quite willing to sit here and tell me that no one who has strategic input or makes strategic decisions is a member of the Chinese Communist Party. So you do know very well, as a matter of fact. You just don't want to answer my other question.
We have thousands of people that work at the company, so I'm not going to vouch on the political affiliation of any.
We needed Huntington to catch our kids up.
Have you seen the videos of Chinese Communist Party members conducting training for TikTok and ByteDance employees in China? That's fake?
I do not know what you're referring to, but what I can tell you
Has that happened?
Any decision.
Has that happened?
Sorry, I just said that. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I haven't seen it. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm happy to follow up. But what
wait, I'm sorry. Let's go back. Let's see if we can cut through the mumbo jumbo. I'm asking you if the Chinese.
You mean cut through the BS? Come on, Josh. Once I just like to have one of these guys that just cut through the bull crap.
These Communist parties conducted training sessions ever for employees of ByteDance or TikTok, yes or no?
Not for TikTok. TikTok, the app, does not operate in China. We are.
You have employees in China. ByteDance has employees in China. Listen, we've been through this song and dance, so let's just skip that. I've heard it all before.
Senator, I appreciate.
Answer my question. Yes or no? Have they conducted training for ByteDance employees or TikTok employees?
I can speak on behalf of TikTok, and the answer is no.
No, that's interesting. Do any TikTok employees based in China have access to U.S. user data?
As we have publicly said, yes, we have engineers in China.
But none of them are members of the Chinese Communist Party.
We're working on the access controls to minimize that data.
I've heard that. I frankly don't believe
it. Working with the United States and through the CFI.
Wait. So your testimony is that you do have TikTok employees based in China who do have access to U.S. user data, but you're confident that none of them are members of the Chinese Communist Party and have ever accessed it? Is that
anyone who has access to U.S. user data has and does so to perform daily duties. So if it is for the performance of site management, bug handling, but we have strict controls in terms of who and how our data is accessed. Furthermore,
and none of that's accessible to any member of the Chinese Communist Party. Is that your testimony?
We believe we have the strictest controls out there.
That's not my question. My question is, does anyone who have access to user data, are they members of the Chinese Communist Party?
I feel like I've answered your question.
You haven't, and I feel like you're avoiding it at every opportunity. So let me give you another one, since you're on the record and under oath.
Clear as
I would welcome you being clear.
Thank you.
Any person who has access to U.S. user data, are they members of the Chinese Communist Party? Yes or no?
Let me be clear again.
Yes or no?
For our U.S. users, the data is stored and housed in the United States. We have access controls.
You're not answering my point. Let the record reflect you will not answer my question. Why not?
Any of that data, it's overseen by our U.S.-led security team.
That's not my question. Daily. That's not my question. My question is, does any employee who has access to U.S. user data, are they members of the Chinese Communist Party? You won't
and again,
answer that question.
As a global technology platform, there is no other company that could make that assertion either.
That sounds like a yes to me. I think that's news. You're familiar, I know, with this BuzzFeed article that says that according to leaked audio from more than 80 internal TikTok meetings, China-based employees at ByteDance have repeatedly accessed non-public data about U.S. TikTok users. Everything is seen in China, said a member of TikTok's Trust and Safety Department in a September 2021 meeting. In another September meeting, a director referred to one Beijing-based engineer as a master admin who has access to everything. These reports show data was accessed far more frequently and recently than previously reported. And your testimony is that this is false?
Correct.
All of this is false?
That is correct.
No, so
everything that you just stated, there is no such thing as a master account.
That's not what it says. It says that someone is referred to as a master admin. Well, but you're telling me that China-based employees have never accessed non-public data of U.S. TikTok users?
No, we've already said on the record that we have Chinese employees who have accessed data.
Well, that's what this is saying. So you agree?
if you want to clarify on each individual statement, I'm saying that there is strict access controls around the data that is accessed to the United States that is overseen by our US-led security team. We are working with Oracle.
That's not what this article says.
We disagree with the categorization in that article wholeheartedly.
Oh. Well, here's the point. I know there are other senators who want to ask questions. I think we're going to have a second round. What the truth appears to be, besides the fact that we can't get a straight answer on any of these questions, is that you have hundreds of employees with, it appears, access to U.S. user data that may very well be members of the Chinese Communist Party. You have no way to assure me that they don't have access to our citizens' data. And you won't answer my question in a straightforward way about whether a CCP member has ever gained access or not. I think, from my own point of view, that's a huge security problem.
Senator, if I...
That's the problem. They never answer the dang question. Never. How many times did he have to go around the bush? How many times did Josh Hawley give her a chance? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Oh, no, we don't. Oh, but I can assure you that the strategic team, they're not members of the CCP. Oh, I can tell you that members that make strategic decisions, the upper echelon, our COO, myself, other people, they're not members of the CCP. But we don't ask what the political affiliation is of the people that join our company. Okay, that's fine. What about the Chinese engineers in China? Do you know that everybody in China is a member of the CCP? What do you think they have? Think they have other political parties there that are flourishing? Come on. That's the problem with all these companies, the collusion that they do. The same thing is occurring at Facebook. The same thing was occurring at Twitter before Elon Musk took over. The same thing's occurring, like we said, with this thing here with TikTok. All of these social media platforms are just have access, and a lot of times it's just the way that, because they're private companies, if you want to be and use their interface, what do we have to do, folks? Right? When you log in and you want to sign up, put in your username, put in your password, as you want to make a page on Facebook, you want to do something on Twitter. What is it? Acknowledge all of the guidelines that you're basically saying yes to. And if you don't want to acknowledge that, guess what? You're not going to be able to form your page. You're not going to be able to join that platform. So nobody reads that bullcrap stuff that's inside there. That's just legalese for the lawyers. And we check it off. We click on the button. We hit submit and we agree. And that's just the way it is for us. But what we do hope is that within that agreement, that our information that's supposed to remain private stays private. But that's not it. We give away that privacy right too for them to utilize for advertising purposes, for giving it to other people within, if that company has agreements with other companies to share data with, our information is shared because we've certainly, signed away our privacy, for that and allowed that to happen. But this basically is talking about if you don't have that agreement, or that's not what the meaning is for, but somebody else has access into that information that shouldn't have access to your sensitive private information, that's one of the things that they were talking about here. And with TikTok. And you realize, okay, like TikTok is not allowed in China because they keep pushing out all this crap, all this hypersexualization, everything about it, that they keep pushing. Just look at the libs of TikTok. And what they've been doing, all they do is they take what people have been putting on TikTok and they just put it onto Twitter, onto libs of TikTok, and show everybody that this is what's going on. The amount of over-sexualization that's occurring, the amount of hypersexuality, the amount of progressism, wokeism, all that crap, all that BS that's being shown. And our children are just absolutely being bombarded with it, folks, bombarded with it. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. If this is the first time that you've been here, or if you haven't already done so, we hope you subscribe to our channel. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show, our reaction video to Josh Hawley questioning Vanessa Pappas, the COO of TikTok. And we hope you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. You know what to do. And I'll leave with my final thought, folks, and that is when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. See you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.